discussion natin sa chemistry. I-discuss natin ngayon ang tungkol sa classifications of matters. Na-define natin ang matter sa mga previous discussion as anything that occupies space and has mass. Kabilang sa matter ang mga bagay na nahahawakan tulad ng water, earth, at trees, pati na rin ang mga bagay na hindi natin nahahawakan tulad ng hangin. Kaya lahat ng bagay sa universe has a chemical connection. As scientists, chemists, they distinguish among several subcategories of matter based on composition and properties. Ang classification ng matter includes substances, mixtures, elements, and compounds. Kabilang din ang atoms and molecules na i-discuss sa mga susunod pang discussion. Substances and mixtures. Substance is a form of matter that has a definite, constant composition and distinct properties. Ang mga halimbawa nito ay water, na ginagamit naman natin sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay natin, ammonia na nagagamit as fertilizer, cleaner at precursor to nitrogenous compounds, table sugar, cold, at oxygen. Substances differ from one another in composition and can be identified by their appearance, smell, taste, and other properties. A mixture is a combination of two or more substances in which the substances retain their distinct identities. Ang mga example naman nito ay air, soft drinks, milk, and cement. Ang mixtures do not have constant composition. Kung kaya, pag halimbawa mag-sample ka ng air sa iba't ibang cities, maaaring magkakaiba-iba ang composition because of differences maybe in altitude, pollution, humidity, and so on. So, pwede natin itong i-categorize as homogeneous mixture or heterogeneous. Mixtures are either homogeneous or heterogeneous. Kapag halimbawa, ang isang kutsara ng table sugar ay dinisolve natin sa water, magkakaroon tayo ng isang homogeneous mixture. Same with pag halimbawa dissolve ka ng asin sa tubig or nag-dissolve ka ng coffee sa tubig. Same mixture, homogeneous mixture. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng homogeneous mixture. Ang composition of the mixture is the same throughout. Kapag naman ang sand o buhangin ay inihalo mo, for example, sa iron filings, hindi totally nagiging isa ang composition nila dahil nakikita mo pa yung iron filings. Itong type of mixture na ito ay tinatawag na heterogeneous mixture because the composition is not uniform. Both can be created and can then be separated by physical means into pure components without changing the identities of the components. Tingnan natin itong image na ito. Yung image 1 or sa letter A is a mixture that contains iron filings and sand. Dito naman sa letter B, a magnet separates the iron filings from the mixture. The same technique is used on a larger scale to separate iron and steel from non-magnetic objects such as aluminum, glass, and plastics. So itong klase ng mixture na ito ay heterogeneous kasi kung nakikita niyo pa yung iron filings. Samantalang yung Ano naman yung table sugar na minix ninyo sa tubig, pag na-dissolve na yon totally, hindi mo na makikita yung sugar. But nevertheless, it is still a mixture. Okay? We will now go to elements and compounds. Elements are substances that that cannot be separated into simpler substance. Oh, okay, tama. Substances can be either elements or compounds. An element is a substance that cannot be separated into simpler substances by chemical means. So, in the present time, sa kasalukuyan, meron tayong 118 element na na-identify. Okay? Most of them occur naturally on Earth. So, hindi siya nasi-synthesize sa laboratory. But some of them ay ginagawa or sinesynthesize ng mga scientists through nuclear processes. So, para mapadali, ang mga chemist ay gumagamit ng symbol, one or two letter to represent the elements. The first letter of a symbol is always capitalized, but any following letters are not. So, for example, ito cobalt. Okay, the symbol for the element cobalt is C and O. So hindi natin kinakapitalize yung O kasi pag capitalize na yung O, carbon monoxide na yun because it is a combination of carbon and oxygen. So the symbols of some elements are derived from their Latin names. Okay, ito. Derived from their Latin names. For example, gold, iron, and sodium. Ang gold is derived from the Latin name aurum. So that's why meron siyang AU. Then we have iron, which is derived from ferrum, which is, kaya ang kanyang symbol ay Fe. And sodium naman ay derived from the Latin name natrium. So that's why Na. So yun. So, yung iba naman ng mga element ay dinerive naman yung symbol nila sa mga English name nila. Okay? So, yun. Okay. Atoms and most element can interact with one another. Yon. So, kung halimbawa ang hydrogen gas, for example, burns in oxygen gas to form water, which has properties that are distinctly different from those of the starting materials. So, nagiging siyang distinct na substance. So itong isang example dito is water. So water is made up of two parts of hydrogen and one part oxygen. This composition does not change regardless of whether the water comes from a faucet, halimbawa sa US o kaya sa Mongolia o kaya dito sa Pilipinas. Hindi yun nagbabago kahit pa kunin mo pa yun yung sample sa ice caps sa Mars, water will still be water. So, unless otherwise, syempre, magbabago-bago na lang yun kung mayroong mga contamination. Pero hindi na yun parte ng pagiging compound ng water. So, pag sinabing water, as in pure water, it is H2O. So, thus water is a compound, a substance composed of atoms of two or more elements chemically united in fixed proportion. So, ang mga example nito ay siyempre yung water na palagi nating nababanggit, yung ammonia, which is combination of nitrogen and hydrogen. So three parts of hydrogen actually. Then we have carbon dioxide and we have sucrose or the table sugar. So unlike mixtures, compounds can be separated only by chemical means. Ito naman ay yung nasa-separate by chemical means into their pure components. So ito. So this is a diagram of how matter is classified. So kung titingnan natin dito ang pinakatuktok matter, so they can be classified either into mixture or pure substances. So para ang mixture maging pure substance, kailangan magkaroon ng separation by physical methods. Physical methods lang ang kailangan nila. Ito naman ang mixture, pwede siyang makategorize into or maklasify into homogeneous mixture or heterogeneous mixture. Itong pure substances naman, pwede siyang maklasify either compounds or elements. Nasabi nga natin na ang compounds are substances that are composed of atoms, which are elements. So they can also be separated, but not physically. It can be through chemical methods only. I have put here questions for your practice. Please take them and thank you. See you next discussion.